They lied about you? Here's why you shouldn't defend yourself. It's one of the most frustrating feelings in the world, being falsely accused, misrepresented, or lied about. You hear the whispers. You see the side eyes. People suddenly act differently around you. Your reputation, something you built with honesty and care, now feels like it's slipping through your fingers because someone twisted the truth. And the most instinctive reaction? To speak up, to shout the truth from the rooftops, to clear your name. But what if the most powerful thing you could do was say nothing? It might sound counterintuitive, in a world where everyone's rushing to defend themselves, to correct every misunderstanding, to post their side of the story. Silence seems weak, like you're admitting guilt. But it's not. Silence, when chosen wisely, is strength. And not defending yourself when you've been lied about can be one of the most powerful expressions of inner mastery, dignity, and unshakable confidence. Let's take a deeper look at why. Truth doesn't need a hype man. The ancient Stoics had a saying: if you were ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your own integrity. In other words, the truth doesn't beg. It doesn't scramble for attention. It stands firm, even in the face of distortion. When someone lies about you, what they're really trying to do is pull you into their chaos. They want a reaction. They want your energy. And more importantly, they want to see if they can move you from your center. But if you know who you are, if your values, your actions, and your conscience are aligned, then their lie doesn't change a single thing about you. It might change how others see you for a moment, but that's only if they're willing to believe gossip over character. And if that's the case, maybe they were never truly in your corner to begin with. A wise person once said, "Time exposes what people tried to hide. The truth, always, eventually rises." Defensiveness often sounds like guilt. Here's the irony. The more you defend yourself, the more people wonder if you actually did something wrong. There's a desperation in over-explaining, in trying to prove your innocence. It can come across like you're not sure of yourself, like you're seeking permission to be seen as good, as honest, as worthy. But someone who is deeply grounded doesn't beg to be seen for who they are. They already know who they are. Think about the people you admire, not the loud ones. Not the ones always correcting the record, but the quietly powerful ones. The ones who, when attacked, say little and let the dust settle naturally. Their calm is unnerving. Their lack of defense speaks volumes. Why? Because silence in the face of lies is a subtle message. I don't owe this circus my energy. I'll outlive the noise. You can't control the narrative, only your integrity. You could spend hours explaining your side. You could craft the perfect argument. But here's the harsh truth. People will believe what they want to believe, especially if the lie serves their bias, their jealousy, or their need to feel superior. The more you chase validation, the more power you give to the lie. You become reactive. You become part of their script. But if you stay still, not passive, but intentional, you take your story back into your own hands. Your silence says, "My truth isn't up for public debate." When you stop trying to control how others see you, you start living in alignment with something far deeper, your own peace. That's something no one can take from you. The lie isn't really about you. Here's what most people don't understand. When someone lies about you, it's rarely about you. It's about them, their own insecurity, their need to feel powerful, their inability to stand in their own light. so they try to dim yours. They lie because they can't confront their own inadequacy. They twist your words or fabricate stories because they fear your truth. And yes, sometimes people lie simply because they know others love drama more than facts. But when you realize the lie is a reflection of their shadow, not your worth, something in you shifts. You no longer feel the need to fight it. You simply rise above it. Silence is not submission, it's sovereignty. We've been taught that silence equals weakness. That if we don't defend ourselves, we're giving people permission to walk all over us. But silence isn't submission, it's strategy. It's choosing your battles with surgical precision. There's a quiet kind of power that comes from refusing to step into the mud. From choosing grace over reaction. It doesn't mean you tolerate injustice. It means you don't give small-minded people the honor of your energy. Sometimes the most devastating response is no response. Because when the storm passes and the truth is still standing, you didn't just survive it. You transcended it. People will always talk. Let them. You could live your life with perfect integrity. Give your best to everyone around you. And still someone, somewhere, will find something to say. You cannot live to be misunderstood by the lowest common denominator. People gossip. People project. People twist what they don't understand. It's not your job to sanitize their perception. Your only responsibility is to keep your side of the street clean. To keep showing up with dignity, honesty, and unwavering self-respect. When your life consistently reflects who you are, eventually the truth outspeaks the rumor. In a world obsessed with image, authenticity eventually wins. The long game is the only game. Here's the real secret. Character is a long game. Lies burn fast, but the truth is slow and steady. And when you play the long game, you understand that it's not about winning the next 24 hours. It's about who still stands tall after a year, 5 years, a decade. When you refuse to defend yourself impulsively, you're investing in your future self. You're saying, let them talk now. I'll keep living, building, becoming. In time, the people who matter will see clearly. And those who never truly cared about the truth, let them go. You were never meant to live at the mercy of shallow opinions. Walking away with peace is the real victory. At the end of the day, peace is more valuable than being right. You don't need to win every argument, clarify every lie, or explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Walk away, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to prioritize your peace. Because you trust that truth has its own timing. Because your character has already spoken, even when your lips haven't. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more people who know how to be still in their strength. And that, more than any defense, is the kind of presence that cannot be shaken. So what now? The next time someone lies about you, pause, breathe. Instead of rushing to defend yourself, ask, what do I really want right now? Do I want to protect my ego? Or do I want to protect my peace? You'll find, more often than not, that peace is the better prize. Let your life do the talking. Let your consistency drown out the slander. Let your silence whisper what your words never could. And remember, the ones who see you clearly never needed the explanation in the first place.